Fabric Gems Boutique, and I am so excited to be here. It is Friday, it is hot in Texas, and I've got lots of fans going on, so I'm not dripping sweat for all of you. I'm very excited because I am going to introduce something new today that I've been working very, very hard on for almost a year, and it is finally coming to fruition. But I also have a special guest, and I'm very, very excited to introduce her here because she's kind of my mentor and she's who inspired me to do what we're about to kick off. So let me introduce Arlene.
Hi.
Arlene, I am so excited that you are here today. And we're going to talk a little bit about what I'm going to be introducing. And I know many of you probably are familiar with what I'm going to be introducing, maybe not, maybe you haven't wanted to, but I first want to tell you about Arlene. Arlene is a very good friend, and I was so honored I got to celebrate a very special milestone birthday with her. She was up in Dallas. She lives down in South Texas. And so um, we sat down and she helped me through everything that we're going to kind of briefly talk about today. So, Arlene, tell us all about you and your sewing career and all kinds of good stuff.
Hi. Well, I live down here in Myersville, Texas, by Victoria, Texas. And I've been sewing about 40 something years, maybe 50 years. And I worked at Plano Sewing Center, and my partner, Linda Holtcourt, and I did the club at the Plano Sewing Center for 13 years. And one of our things that we did was we would have a project, a sewing project, and that anybody could do. You didn't have to have a special, fancy sewing machine. And so now you could put on embroidery on the projects that we did if you had that kind of a machine. But if not, you could just make the project with great, wonderful fabrics. And then we put together a kit, and we had everything in the kit, the fabric and all the things that you had to have to make it except the machine and thread. Anyway, and it was quick projects that you could make, and everybody loved it. And they would come back the next week and show and tell us and show us what they made. And this is like a little thread keeper that we had. You put it by your machine, and you could drop in all different color threads and bobbins, and it's great. And people love these kind of little projects. And of course, the bowl makers that you put in the microwave to heat up your soup or anything you want to heat up in the microwave. They were great projects. We had different sizes that you could make also. So we did that for 13 years, and we finally gave it up. And I kind of miss it, and so does Linda. But we're getting to the age where I couldn't drive up there that far every month. Um, I've only been down here 3.5 years, but it's been okay. And so Chris helped us stream our club so that so many other people could see it. And that was really a big help. But I knew Chris before then. But I asked her if she would come and help us, and she did. And then she got inspired with a lot of the sewing and took some lessons. And so she's got this project that she's working on that I think is wonderful. And I think everybody's going to love it. And I'm real excited for her. So, Chris,
I'm I am really excited too. I just want to say that, 3.5, 4 years ago, my life changed drastically. Many of you know that. I've told that story. And so I had my life planned out. I knew where I was going. I knew what was happening. And then the bottom fell out and life happens and stuff happens. And you have to figure out who you want to be again when you grow up, when you have these life lessons hit you. And I was so excited that Arlene invited me to come to the sewing center and watch the club and learn. Okay, this shows you how old I am. Well, just know my birthday is tomorrow and I'll be 64 years old. So you can start anything new at any age. But I learned how to sew very basically in high school. It was required back then. And my grandmother was a tailor. She made suits, but I don't know that. I didn't go there. My Nana sewed, my mother sewed. So, and my whole growing up, all my clothes were made for me. I didn't get to shop in the stores. I wore all homemade clothes. Now, of course, when you're young, you didn't like that. But I look back and I think I was always at the top of the fashion, even though I didn't even know it. And so when Arlene invited me to come stream this for their group, I was very excited. I was excited to watch, see what projects they make. I think part of why I'm going to announce what I'm doing is because I think there's a lot of us out there that love to sew, but have no time. And I think also that a lot of times we get frustrated because we can't gather all of the goodies that go with making that project. And you get to a stopping point where, oh, I don't have the buttons, or, oh, I don't have the zipper, or, oh, I don't have the batting, or something along those ways. Well, welcome, Pat. We're excited that you're here today. Pat's come to see us. Thank you, Pat. And so I wanted to put something together where we could have everything in what I call a subscription box. And excuse me, I was at a seminar this week, and this is what came: make it happen. So I'm making it happen. And now this has been in planning for about a year, but I do have what we call the subscription box, and it's named Fabric Gems for You, and it's Stitching Dreams one box at a time. So what is going to be in the box is simply a project, a pattern, the thread, the fabric, everything you need. So when you open that box, you might just have to cut something out and head to your sewing machine with the patterns and the directions, and you're good to go in a short period of time. I don't want anything to take a long time, because I think that's where the frustration comes in, is when we complete a project. How does that make you feel? How do you feel, Arlene, when you complete a project?
I love it. And I feel like I have really accomplished something. I mean, there's so many projects out there that take days or weeks or even months. And so I have a lot of projects that I have not finished because it was taking too long and I lost interest. And so these quick little projects I love because I could give them away as presents, as gifts, as hostess gifts when I go to some place. And so I love it. And I think they're a great idea. So
Well,
Chris
yeah,
has got the best idea.
well, I felt like I love to sew, but I'm very busy. And usually I only have, a few hours on a Saturday or an afternoon or an evening. And I want to accomplish something. I want to feel accomplished, right? And so these projects, I mean, literally, Arlene sat with me one morning. And how long did it take us to plan 6 months, Arlene? A couple hours?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe
With
a
the,
little longer, maybe a little
yeah,
less.
thinking about what to do,
Mhm.
coordinating with what month is going to be coming up. And,
Mhm.
so yeah, we did some thinking.
Yeah, and it was so much fun planning. Now, some of the fabrics, they're going to be fun, uplifting, bring a smile to your face. So something along that's cheery with flowers and yellow and bright colors. It could be polka dots. This reminds me of Minnie Mouse. Does it remind you of Minnie Mouse?
Yep.
Not that we're going to make Disney things, but because that's trademark, so we have to be careful with that. Or it could be, fake quilting. Some of these are just patches, and I mean the creativity really. We're just the beginning of the creativity, and once you have the pattern and once you have the directions, you can use whatever fabric you can create. You can add things. Now, I have a very basic sewing machine. It's a Singer 9. I got in the 90s. You can see Arlene is a lot more advanced than I am. She's got the wonderful machines behind her, the Baby Locks. I do have a Baby Lock serger, which I bought from Arlene, but it's all going to be simple, basic, easy. Oh, thank you, Linda, for watching. We appreciate you coming from Carrollton too. Easy, basic, and just so you all know, Pat and Linda were a big part of this as well. And I want to give a shout out to them too, because the three of these ladies are definitely my inspiration. Arlene?
Yes. We've done a lot of teaching together. Pat and I did some events, and Linda and I did some events, and we did a lot of teaching. Linda and I did a lot of Kimberbell events, and when it was really popular, and so Linda and I have been friends like 40 years, and Pat and I have been friends like maybe 10, ever since she moved to the Dallas area from Oklahoma City. So we still keep in contact, and we do things together, and uh, they're one of my best friends. And it's real hard to find best friends, but these are two of my best friends, and they always will be my friends.
Well, and they're great supporters. A last minute text them. I'll be transparent. Text them last minute, 20 minutes ago. Hey, come see us on Facebook. Arlene and I are going to be on. And look who shows up. That shows you the
Yes.
quality of people that are here. But I just wanted to share this with you about Fabric Gems for You. Something new coming. We're launching soon around July 1st. So you can see on the screen fabricgemsforyou.com, and then you can register. My website is not 100%, but it's enough to have a little pop out come in that you can join the wait list. So I'd love for you to join my wait list. And as soon as we launch, you'll get an email from me and get the opportunity. My website also describes and tells a little bit more. It shows some of the fun fabrics we're going to be working with. And of course, I'm not going to give everything away, but Arlene, what did you do? Tell me.
I have to tell you that in her box, she will have some surprise goodies. And while I was up there, I helped her find some surprise goodies that will be in the box. And I'm real excited because they're things that I don't have yet. And they're things that you could use, and they are wonderful things. We had a lot of fun looking for stuff.
We
And
did.
so I'm looking forward to it. And, she's putting together the fabrics that are fun, bright, and happy. And so I think that, everybody will love it and you'll feel good. And that's this is the whole thing that Chris wants to do. She wants to make you feel good and
Mhm.
feel good about your projects, and that you would like to make them and give them away to friends.
Yeah.
Giving them away uh, is always a wonderful thing to do.
But you can keep them for yourself too.
Well, yes, I would always make one for myself, but I always like to make things for
Mhm.
giveaway.
Yeah. Well, it's all about sewing is fun and brings joy. That's my one of my taglines, and I think it's important because I think maybe that might be missing in your life. I know it was missing in my life, and I'm naturally a happy person, but sometimes we get down on ourselves, and there'll be a fun little note in every single one to hopefully when you open up the box, it'll bring a smile to your face.
And you'll
So
be
if you
inspired.
and you'll be inspired.
Yeah.
Yes. So I want to thank you, Arlene, for being here today, for being my inspiration. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Pat, for being my inspiration. You've really been a gem in my life, and so grateful that I know each and every one of you, and I can't wait to take you along with me on this journey. Arlene, you have any last words?
Well, I just can't wait till the boxes start coming out
Yeah.
because I am so thrilled with some of the stuff that Chris is going to have in there and the projects. And so I think y'all will really love it. So come on, get on board with us.
Yep. So make sure you go to fabricgems4u.com and join the wait list. And as soon as we launch, we will send that email and you'll see all about it. And the first month, once everything's been set and people join and they become part of the subscription, just know that you'll be one of the first to see a live unboxing of what's inside. So you don't want to be left behind. You'll want to join that wait list. Thanks so much,
Yes,
Arlene.
I
Thanks
can't
so much.
wait.
I
Okay,
know.
bye.